back to another episode of the BRG podcast. I am your host, Warp Jester, and my co-host,
Kirok. Hi, guys.
How you been, Kirok?
I've been good, thank you.
Just good.
The sausage fest happened already.
Wow, you actually can make a comment like that in a BRG crowd? Kids, don't look that up.
You saw I sent you the pictures.
Okay, moving right along. Check Twitter. It's not what you think.
No, it's not what they're.
It's
very
much
tasty.
worse. No.
Oh god.
No, just you know what? Don't. You're not gonna recover
Okay.
from this.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late. I shouldn't have said anything.
So tonight's gonna be full of a lot of quickfire news, as well as a correction from last week, and then we got a couple of meaty topics we want to dive into. We find interesting, unusual, or somehow insightful. So we're gonna share those with you as well. So that said, we're gonna go ahead and dive right into the headlines, which I already have up, thankfully, because I kind of forgot to come down. But hey. So right off the top of the head, we got ZeniMax is awarded $500 million for the lawsuit against Facebook. This is the lawsuit against them for saying that basically Palmer Luckey stole intellectual property from them when he went to, or basically created Oculus and then got bought by Facebook. Basically breaks down to is out of the $500 million, Oculus, the company, is paying $200 million for Palmer Luckey breaking a non-disclosure agreement. Oculus is also paying an additional $50 million for copyright infringement. Both Luckey and Oculus are each paying $50 million for false designation, which I'm not sure I understand what that means. And then Brendan Eber, former CEO, is also paying $150 million for false designation. Yay!
So they're personally paying.
Yeah, that's basically how it breaks down.
Wow. Okay. Well, Overwatch is now 25 million players. That's up from about 20 million 20 million in November, this past November. Pretty amazing.
They're still growing. It's a popular game, and I believe Blizzard says it's one of the biggest games they've had out there, which is saying a lot considering the fact they've got Diablo and StarCraft
and World of Warcraft.
Yeah. So that says a lot. Which is also a lot to be said because they just went and did another banding round, and they actually banned 22,000 people from South Korea area primarily.
Yeah,
so
all those guys, man.
I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. People want to play these games and they want to freaking cheat all the time.
They keep cheating, yeah. So I mean, there's more. Pokemon, the company that makes the game, basically caught over 6,000 Sun and Moon cheaters. So as you know, not too long ago, Sun and Moon Pokemon came out, and now they've caught a ton of people cheating in this game. Are they from
compromising
Korea?
Video games and cheating?
They're not from Korea too, are they? I it's just crazy.
Nah, it's kind of sad and strange in a lot of ways. Also, Denuvo, which is a very popular anti-piracy software, managed to get its ass cracked in 7 days after release for the Resident Evil. Actually, it was 2 weeks, I think. But yeah, Resident Evil 7 came out and it got cracked like that. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
So it had this new measure of protection.
Yes, the newest version of the newest measure of protection, and it got cracked like nobody's business.
Damn.
Well, welcome, hackers.
Yeah. You know what else is going on with Resident Evil 7? There's an article that says 62 million. Sorry, I said the wrong word. 62,000 people are playing Resident Evil 7 on PSVR.
Yeah.
And you're right. Welcome, hackers. Hold up your heart palpitations and toss those cookies, my friends.
I am not about to play a game like that on a VR system.
Yeah, you know what? I've played some that are kind of scary, and it makes you feel like you're really there. I don't know. Yeah,
that's not a good thing for these games. Also, Valve is under investigation by the EU Commission for geo-blocking concerns. Basically, what it boils down to is the Commission's concerned that the agreements between Valve and publishers Bandai Namco, Capcom, Focus Home, Koch Media, and ZeniMax, you know those guys,
Yeah.
could let activation keys used to redeem games on Valve's digital game storefront could be used to restrict content on countries that it redeemed in. And the EU doesn't take very kindly to that. The way EU thinks about the EU is that everybody in the EU can buy and do everything anywhere in the EU. So if I buy a game in Germany, I can play it in the UK, kind of thing. So they're investigating.
Huh. Another cool little article is Super Mario Run, game that came out on iOS not too long ago, is now adding easy mode. Look, Ma, easy mode? I was just about ready to cheat.
What the? Yeah, I can totally download cheats for this. Why didn't you easy mode? Jesus Christ. The bad news just kind of keeps coming. So, digital marketplace company G2A hosted a Reddit AMA, and it went really, really ass sideways. So GTA, in case you guys forgot, we talked about this before, they're a reseller of digital keys for like Steam games, and there's been a lot of controversy over how people can basically get a stolen credit card, buy a bunch of keys before the credit card gets dumped, and then sell those keys off through companies like G2A. And basically the developer gets screwed, and if they try to revoke the problem keys and the player gets screwed, it's just everybody gets screwed but GTA kind of thing. Needless to say, the AMA, the Reddit AMA, went very, very badly, and they ended up not handling it well. Definitely check out the the Reddit AMA because it is supreme.
Gotcha. Konami reports a rise in profits but decline in revenue. This is due to consolidation of its arcade games business and its pachinko machines. They make
pachinko. Shut up,
business under single amusement business. Like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a cheat personally, but literally they add their pachinko machines. There's a big thing we talked about last year where they were doing the Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid pachinko themed machine, and people had a fit about that because, you know, whatever. But yeah, so they're actually looping those into their earnings. So yeah, so there's that. PAX, the good old people of PAX are doing PAX Unplugged, which is going to be just board games, card games, and so on. So they're actually going to have a unplugged type event, which I think is absolutely critical. I think this is great. Awesome. And actually, I love this too because way back, 10 years ago now, me and my wife started a local, just friends and whatnot, local unplugged. We call it Friday Nights Unplugged, or FNU. And it was an excuse to get friends to come to us because we had a little girl at the time. It was our first. You know, we were the younger of our friends to have kids. Okay. So we couldn't really go out to friends' houses and drag a baby along. So we started doing Friday Nights Unplugged, which is board games, card games, and so on. So this looks really neat. And there are other things out there. There's the Gem State Gaming Convention, which is actually an Indiegogo Kickstarter kind of thing. They fund and they have an unplugged event. So there's lots of other ones out there as well.
Cool. Deus Ex series is put on hold. Why would they put such an amazing series on hold?
Hey, Deus Ex is so popular. What's going on? Oh wait, I know why. Because Deus Ex developers is reportedly making the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Shock of shocks. So yeah, apparently Deus Ex got pushed aside for Guardians of the Galaxy video game, which, I mean, Guardian Galaxy game could be awesome, but I think they're kind of putting everything aside so they can get this done because it's supposed to be in time with the new movie
with
or
the
something.
New movie?
Yeah.
I hope they do a good job though. That's the thing, right? It's always gets you a little bit.
The question is, are they going to come back to Deus Ex or are they going to dump it?
Yeah.
I don't know how devoted Deus Ex fans are, or sorry, Deus Ex.
I like the original ones. I've had them for a while. Played them on Mac ages ago.
I'm not familiar with the series. I don't know if this is a big deal or not to have it put on hold, but it's on hold, and now we know why.
Gotcha. So PS4 will soon support external USB hard drives. That's pretty awesome. Although
because it took this long to do that.
Yeah.
You know what can also do this? My PC.
Yeah, but you can change the hard drive on this console, unlike Xbox One, where you can't. So I've already put in a bigger drive, but it's still awesome. You can't have enough space.
No, you can for about
No, you
5 minutes.
can't.
In other interesting news, Amazon applies for a patent that lets you stream and buy games. This is the news media is all over this kind of being in line with competing with Steam. It's kind of sorta. I'll be honest with you, it's not exactly that. Basically, the long and shorts of it is, think about the ability for you to be watching a Twitch stream, which Amazon owns Twitch, and then be able to have interactive capacities, including the ability to hit a button and buy the game. Like kind of a cool idea, I guess.
Yeah.
And it really ties into what Amazon does. They're kind of start getting into the digital games. Amazon already does digital game download.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
But it's not very well known. It's not very popular. So this might be a way to kind of kick it up a notch and start actually playing with the big boys, which is Steam.
Oh wait, you're talking about actual digital downloads? I thought
Yeah.
you meant like you could buy the disc games and have them shipped.
No, digital downloads.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching you play Deus Ex, and I go, ooh, I want to play this. And I hit a button while I'm watching the stream, and I download the digital copy.
Cool. That's good. That's good. More options.
More options.
New PS4 Pro boost mode could improve older titles. So essentially what they're saying is that Sony's going to be possibly introducing what's called boost mode, or what's been dubbed boost mode. Who knows how it's actually going to show up in the menu system, that can help with older games having higher resolutions and smoother frame rates. It's pretty cool, but if I remember correctly, like, didn't they say that there would be no difference between games from PS4 to PS4 Pro?
Yeah, go figure. I'm
Yeah.
gonna find a really old PC that's got the turbo button, like cut that out for you so you can glue it to the PS4. Do you
Nice.
remember the turbo button?
No, I
Does
don't.
anybody remember the turbo button?
On the PC?
I know Seshi does. Seshi, you remember the turbo button, right? Yes.
Wait, you're talking about PC.
On the PC, there was a turbo button.
Okay.
And
No,
the turbo
yeah.
button actually retarded the PC so it could play older games. Otherwise, older games would like move too fast or be too screwed up because it was too fast.
Okay,
So-
I never saw that.
Yeah, the
No,
turbo
never-
button actually retarded the PC so it could work better. I kid you not.
Morning, Morgan.
Oh, I love autoplay. Screw you. Xbox executive Phil Spencer says he wants you to wait before pre-ordering the Xbox Scorpio or Project Scorpio. And basically what he said in tweet was, wait until we actually show the games before you decide to pre-order. Which, again, I thought the games were going to work on everything regardless.
PC and Windows 10 and Xbox.
And Xbox Slim, and Xbox Project Scorpio, whatever it's going to be. I don't know.
It just seems like a little bit of reverse psychology.
There you go.
No, don't pre-order. And then what does
don't
everybody
do
do?
it, don't do it.
Yeah. Morrowind expansion coming to Elder Scrolls Online. This is pretty cool, and I'm excited about it, even though I
course you are.
just got back into WoW.
I still don't know what to think about that. Anyways, yes.
The main reason, though, I'm pretty excited about it is because back in the day when Xbox One came out, I bought Morrowind for it and didn't give it a chance, and I regret that to this day. I ended up trading the game in. I didn't like it, but I'm looking forward to this because it'll be revamped, redone, and look really cool. So I'm probably gonna get this. Can't wait.
Good for you. Not into the game. What I am into is real life Rocket League cars that are coming to a toy store near you.
Oh gosh.
Wait,
You've played it. I haven't played it, right?
Oh God, the fact that you haven't played this just makes me think a little bit less of you. It's a fun. I honestly, when I picked it up, I picked it up because people were playing in BRG, and I went check it out, and I watched it, and it seemed kind of interesting. It's one of those things, like, there's a lot of games out there you'll watch the game and go, okay, yeah, I can see that, but you wouldn't really want to play it. I started playing this damn game, and it's so goddamn fun.
Okay.
It's
All right.
retard fun.
It's like I've watched a few people online play it, but I don't see the allure. But
Yep. Well, they're coming to a
do,
Toy Story near you, so
do the
get on.
cars have names?
Oh Jesus, no.
No? Oh, okay. I
Moving,
thought maybe they would have different cars would be like set models with different names, kind of like Transformers. Because that'd
moving
be
on.
because then you'd want to complete the collection, right?
Moving on.
Remember this? A little while back, we talked about PS3 Linux settlement. This
Jesus
was,
Christ.
yeah, this was where
Are we
people
done
were
yet?
they were doing a lawsuit against Sony to try and basically the PS3 could run Linux. Then Sony
Yeah, but
put
you had
out
to
a software.
prove that you
Yes,
had the right
had it.
one, tried to
Yeah,
install Linux,
thank
and
you.
then somehow, oh Jesus Christ.
So what's happening now is the judge is concerned that the gamers won't get paid out. So they are the gamers that can prove, just like you're saying, are eligible for anywhere between $9 to $55 US. But
Woohoo!
but the reason the judge is saying, well, something doesn't add up here is because the legal services that the lawyers are going to be charging is roughly around $2.25 million for their clients to get $9 to $55. Yeah, something doesn't add up.
So they're not getting jack.
So
Oh
they're
my
not getting
God! A
that.
class action lawsuit that's not actually benefiting the people. How
Hey!
shocking!
Oh my God. I saw this. I was like, yeah, I
Class
gotta mention
action
it.
lawsuits are a goddamn scam just for the lawyers to make money.
Yeah, and this proves it.
No, this is another fine example of it. It's ridiculous. Um, so Obsidian denies Fallout New Vegas 2 rumors and quashes hopes. So yeah, if you guys heard kind of the rumor, the muttering abouts of a New Vegas Fallout 2, Fallout New Vegas 2, apparently Obsidian saying sorry. They did say, however, if Bethesda wants us to make another one, we'd be all ears to listen and work with them.
Hmm, pretty cool. ESPN strikes a deal with EA for broadcasting of FIFA esports. That's pretty awesome. Like, how about that? We have a real sports network making deals with video game developers. I never thought I'd see the day.
Does this officially legitimize esports yet?
ESPN. I think it does.
It's like that close, isn't it? I think we're getting close here. Hey, Nacho,
Yeah.
we need to talk to you.
Um,
Shocking news: Ben Affleck is not directing Batman. He is still acting in it, and he is still producing it, but he's looking for a director to direct it. And he said that he can't give his all to it when he's giving that much to it. So
okay.
there's that. So
So he's gonna don the suit again.
he's gonna don the suit again and have somebody else bark orders at him, which I wouldn't want to be the director dealing with that personally. In other
Yes.
movie news, I want to get on to corrections. So we're gonna
Yes.
revisit this wonderful article here about Woody Harrelson.
I basically put this article forward and I misunderstood it the last time around. I basically said that Woody Harrelson confirms his role in the young Han Solo movie as young Han Solo.
I want to point out right here that Kirok just said it's all his fault.
It's my fault. Times some my Lexia dis in the way gets.
Wow.
So what can I do?
That was painful or really bad Yoda impersonation.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say so to be clear, Woody is confirmed playing in the new Star Wars Han Solo movie. He's going to be playing Shrike. Don't kill me if I say this wrong. Which is the mentor of Han Solo. That's young correct. Han Solo. But just give you a little, it's kind of an apology, just give you a little detail here. So Shrike is a person that took in orphans off the street, but not necessarily for good causes. Basically, he used kids to stage petty theft, pickpocketing, basically crime rings using children. He was very neglectful, very abusive towards the children. The young Han Solo being a very defiant and obstinate individual. Got his lion's share of beatings from this character. So that's the character that Woody Harrelson will be playing.
Okay. And just so you know, guys, when I was a young kid, I had a little bit of dyslexia. That's why I said what I said. I used to stay in class. No, I'm not kidding. I used to stay. I think it was in grade 1, 2. It was either 1 or 2 or 3. I can't remember. Over hours, and then do special courses to learn. It was there, stamped it out, but still sometimes it does take advantage of me.
Yep. No, you can't get mad at us because one of us has it, so therefore it's okay for us to make jokes about it. Or something like that.
No, I'm not going to say that.
And I'm fat, so I can make fat jokes, so there. I totally forgot to set my timer and actually start it, Kirok.
I started mine partway through, so it's not accurate.
So we have no idea how long the show is. Awesome!
No, it's all good.
It's a good time to take a quick commercial break. It's pretty mean. Actually, I do actually want to take a commercial break here, guys, and talk about Minus the Rumors. This is our I finally refer to them as our sisters in podcast. These are great guys. This is Zero and Crimson, some of the other people that go through and talk about the news, much like us, except they have a broader palette they go through from media and news as well as gaming. And other things of that nature, so they're a little more broad strokes. They're actually trying to go to TwitchCon this year. So they're doing a GoFundMe for TwitchCon. They're trying to raise $4,000 to get their butts there. It's not a cheap thing to do. They've got to get tickets to TwitchCon. They've got to get plane tickets. They've got to get rooms to sleep in, unless they want to try to find an underpass to go. Things like that. So if you're willing to help out, it'd be really cool. They do a lot of cool stuff, and they'll actually cover and give little notes and whatnot. So if you can, go ahead and head on over to GoFundMe.com/TwitchCon2017. I'm not really sure how they got that, but they got it. So go ahead and head over there. Cool. Throw them a couple dollars if you can. It would really help them out towards their goal. And if they can hit their goal, kudos. If they come short of it, I'm assuming they'll try to help fund their own way to make up the difference if they can. And if they happen to blow their goal sky high, then the access will go to helping Minus Rumors with things like lighting and mics and things and so on. So it's a real good solid to help them out, not only to get there, but possibly even to help them just upgrade their gear. So good on you guys. I hope for the best. You guys can make it to TwitchCon this year, and we're rooting for you.
Cool.
All right, guys. So moving on, we're gonna get into some of the meaty bites here. These are again are the topics that we find interesting, enlightening, or intriguing. Some way we want to talk about a little more depth and detail. My pick is the new GameStop program leads employees to lie to customers. Shock and awe. So I'm going to be upfront about this. I think I personally have a very dismal view of GameStops in general and these brick and mortar game stores anymore. Quite frankly, because with the ease of buying hardware on Amazon and games on Steam and things like that, I just don't. I think these are a dying breed as it is. But basically, what the story is all about is GameStop has this wonderful program called the Circle of Life program, and the idea of Circle of Life program is that they've got their business diced up into about 4 different segments, which are new sales, used game sales, pre-orders, and trade-ins. And what they're trying to do is they expect a percentage of these different segments to be achieved. So when you're a employee working there, for every new game you sell, you're also expected to try to get used games and trade-ins and pre-orders. And I'm sure that the intent of this was to try to say, hey, listen, if somebody comes in for a new game release, try to get them to pre-order something else as well. Try to get them to trade an old game, or try to get them to buy a couple used games or used consoles or whatever while they're at it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. And the issue that a lot of GameStop employees are kind of grumping about on Reddit, among other places, is that this ends up biting them in the ass because they have all these big promotional events for the release of these new games coming out, and people are coming in to get that game.
Right.
And they end up having to pull things like saying, I'm sorry, we don't have any of that game in stock. It's only for pre-orders. Basically lying to the customer to try to get them to buy other
Something
stuff
else.
instead.
Right.
So they're basically, well, the intention may be to try to do what they call add-on or
Yeah.
additional stuff. It's actually doing it the other way. The employees are so hard pressed to keep themselves from getting jacked that they end up lying to the customer to try to keep the new sales down and buy other things or whatever. And it's not just oh, well, you're not doing well, you're not hitting your numbers. It's their employees supposedly being threatened with correctional and even losing their job if they don't make their marks.
Termination. Wow.
Yeah. So that's not a really keen thing. Now, it gets a little bit worse too because in a follow-up post, the GameStop official responds and actually responds with a letter, basically giving their take on, we never intended for our employees to lie to customers. That's not our intention. We want to have the customer the best experience possible. Blah 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 blah. It's very boilerplate in that regard. But basically what they're trying to say is this wasn't what we intended and it's not our fault. And of course this did not get met well with the populace at all.
Mm-hmm.
And in some brilliant bit of work, GameStop's final response was to just stop responding.
Are you serious?
Like, it was just like we said our piece, and people are like asking questions, like legitimately. Of course, there's a lot of people like bitching and moaning about it, but there's people like legitimately asking questions, like, well, they don't, as a public, actually caring. They're saying this is not fair to the employees. How about you do this? Or there's actually one guy posted like, how about you do this instead, or do it this way so it doesn't impact numbers and so on.
Yeah.
And it's just nothing from GameStop at all regarding official statements.
Like, okay, I kind of understand where they came from in terms of deciding this, because it had to be a few people in a room talking about it, deciding, and then putting this forward, right? They have all this stuff that they get as trade-ins. They got to sell this stuff, otherwise it's just sitting there and aging and not going to be bought by anybody.
And so, hold on, but there's also there's also good to point out. You're absolutely right. But here's the other thing to keep in mind too: the big push for selling used hardware and used games isn't just the fact that they've got a lot of crap coming in. It's because they can make a much bigger profit off of used games. Because as it sits right now, because of the second sale doctrine or something like that.
Okay.
I am legally allowed to sell you, my copy. Where are my copies of games go? Here you go. I can go ahead and sell you my copy of Unreal Tournament 3 to you, Kirok, without giving any of my profits to the game company.
Right.
You
get full profits.
Yeah, that's right. The first sale that we have written. So they get these trade-ins in. They give the person some paltry amount of money, and then they can mark the thing up for whatever they want and sell it. And they don't have to give the money to anybody. I sell a new game as GameStop. I have to give you a big chunk of that because you're the developer.
Right. Yeah.
So that's another big reason for it. They don't do nearly as well in that regard. So they want to sell the used stuff.
So, well, this is the other part of it. Once they start putting down, these are your metrics, for a lack of a better word, to the people who work for them, and they are they actually putting through threats saying if you don't do this, you could be reprimanded or you could potentially lose your job?
There's been no official documentation of it, but that's what the employees are saying.
But if that's what's happening, okay, so fine, there's no official documentation. But if that's
this is alleged.
That is alleged. Alleged. So if that's what's happening, then they got to understand that putting that kind of pressure forward is going to make the person who works for them try to what's the word I'm looking for? Appease the numbers, not the person who's coming in the door.
Yes.
And that's a wrong way to do
And
business,
that
man.
is exactly the blowback that they have gotten through Reddit and through other avenues is the public. You know, again, the Reddit thread that started wasn't like, oh my god, you know, please help us, this is horrible, I'm an employee of GameStop and they're doing this to us. It was literally a thread of a bunch of GameStop employees going back and forth talking about it, just venting. And
Yeah.
then of course the public got wind of it, looked at it and went, dude, that's bullshit.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it's had a huge blowback because it's like anything else. You know, it's a company, they have to make a profit. I get that, I understand
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But in the end, the fact of the matter is it's poor planning, poor rollout, poor execution, and you're putting, you know, quite frankly, these teens and young adults asses on the line for your profits. So, and what it boils down to is it's piss poor. It was handled poorly.
Yeah.
It was a poorly thought out idea, and that's it. You know, that's all I'm gonna say to it. But yeah, it's not fair and it sucks.
Um, to me, like I'm thinking of it as instead of using fear, in other words, saying, "Hey, you got to meet these expectations, otherwise this."
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing something like that, it would be like, if you meet these expectations,
Yep.
you get a free game of the month. You get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you. The problem is that especially in the business world, it's long since been known that it is much more efficient, both cost efficient and time efficient, to chase with a stick than it is to lead with a carrot.
Right. Okay.
If you catch my reference. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Ah,
you've got a better topic that's happier, right?
no, I like that. That was a great like, because it's funny how I see that,
Oh,
and in the different industries I've worked, there's similar plays. You know what I'm saying?
sadly there is. Let's just to close this out again.
Yeah.
This goes for any business. I don't care who it is.
Yeah. It's true.
The first order of business is profits for their shareholders, not
Yeah.
to you, the customer. This
Yeah.
is true for Steam. This is true for Apple. This is true for Microsoft. This is true for the mom and pop hardware store down the street
Yep.
if they have shareholders.
Giuseppe's Pizzeria. Yeah.
Giuseppe's Sausage Factory.
Ah, even better. Uh,
Anyways,
all right.
you have an interesting topic.
So I have a topic on an article that just recently came out. Came out like on the first. The topic title is Nintendo studying Switch VR support. So Switch as in the Nintendo Switch.
Mhm.
So I read through this for the most part. Like I went through it and looked at other articles online, and I kind of got a little, not, I don't want to say the word upset, but it was like, really, are you really talking for real here?
You're
Because
depressed. I can hear
sorry,
your voice. You're depressed.
because okay, I pre-ordered my Switch. I have my Switch coming. I love the idea. I love the idea of being able to pop it off the console or the dock, and I have a on the go same game as I play on the TV. And for me, that's all I care about right now, because that's what I see the Switch as, and I've always wanted something like that. When they come out and they say that they're possibly looking into or studying whether or not they want to introduce VR to it, I have to think to myself, are they doing this for the really wanting to do this and bring VR to their customers, to their fans, or are they just saying this to like make it sound like they're in the game or in the VR space as well? And
This feels like Virtual Boy 2.0.
uh, you never know. It might be like if they try and do it right. So my question is Nintendo just flat out lying to us? Are they just saying it to be able to say or be on the headlines to say, hey, they might introduce
Well,
VR for the Switch?
hold on.
Okay.
So, leading up to the January announcement, there was a lot of rumor flying about the Switch.
Yeah.
For everything from what it could do, what its capacity was, VR included. But you have to remember, none of that was actually official Nintendo canon. That was
Right.
just all of the
The
theorizers and
noise. Yeah.
yeah. Has Nintendo officially made any comment about
So
VR?
I actually have it here. There is a particular quote, and it reads as follows: "If we are able to resolve the issues with playing VR comfortably for long hours, we will support it in one form or another." It goes on, but that's the juicy part of that statement.
Okay.
So so what does that really mean? Like, do they believe that they can provide a 3D immersive VR experience, or are they just saying it so that they can, people can go, hey, see,
Can,
it's worth getting, right?
can I note here that that statement did not make any association to the Switch at all?
Oh, it didn't. That's true.
Aha!
Oh, so what you're playing with is that the possibility exists. Maybe they'll have a VR headset or a VR add-on like PS4 had an add-on.
Maybe. Now, I wouldn't go
Okay.
so. I mean, if I were to theorize, just because of the hardware capacities, if it's gonna be VR, okay. See, here's the thing. It's not gonna be VR like the PSVR or the Vive because it
Thank
doesn't
you.
have the prowess, doesn't have the power to pull
Exactly.
that off. And I
And that's
really,
where I come from, that little bit of anger when I see
well,
this.
yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
but then you could argue the point that well, there's Google Daydream, the Samsung's VR system, but
Yep.
those are at most 6-inch, 5-inch phones hanging
Yeah.
off your face.
Yeah,
What are you gonna
exactly.
do?
So
Have
so
that
they have to go
tablet
bigger.
just slide your little the things and go.
So if you look, you'll see there's a link I put in there that actually shows their patent, and it shows a little drawing. It's the Nintendo US patent image where I wrote click here or here. You just click there,
Uh huh.
you'll see it. And it basically is exactly what you just
Oh
described. And
hell no!
I'm telling you, and you're going to have a tablet in front of your face. Like, really?
That thing
Now,
is too big.
so I agree with you on that statement. Thank you, by the way. Um, okay. I was trying to make a joke
No,
there.
I mean, okay. To be fair, the how big is the screen
Uh,
on it?
it's the screen is a 6.2-inch LCD touchscreen.
Okay, so I mean, I haven't seen the thing in person yet, so I'm still having a hard time really wrap my head
I
around
haven't
it.
I haven't either. And a lot of people who have seen it really do like it, have had their hands on it. I've been watching videos from
Yeah,
other people, and they say that it is actually smaller than what you think it would be.
yeah, and that's just it. See, when they were talking about this whole thing kicking off, my mindset is the closest thing I've handled is the Amazon Fire, which is a 7-inch tablet.
Okay.
The next thing down from that I've ever had is a 5.7-inch phone, which is the phone I'm currently using. So this thing is technically closer to my
To the
phone in
phone,
size
yeah.
than it is in than it is like a 7-inch tablet. So yeah, I guess I mean, this is this is my typical. This is a
If,
5.7. I guess I believe it's 5.7-inch phone. Um,
okay.
and yeah, I
Like
mean,
I
I've
have an
actually
iPad mini, and my iPad mini is a 7.9-inch screen, so this is going to be smaller.
yeah. So I mean, I've had this phone hang off my face with Google Cardboard. So
Okay.
okay, I could see that, and
Not that far off is what you're saying, right?
yeah, but this is definitely not going to be the same VR that.
No, and that's the other part of it. It's most likely going to be something like a Daydream, Google Daydream View, or what's the other one? Gear VR.
Samsung Gear
Right?
VR.
Right.
Yep.
I think it's going to be more that kind of experience, and that's where they're going to say, well, that's what we meant by VR. And so I find it kind of deceptive. I don't know. Maybe
Here,
that's just
here's
me.
here's the thing, and uh, I was listening to Tech News today. I think it was I want to say Scott Johnson made the comment. I think Nintendo made a big flub in
Mm.
that they're trying to market this thing as the next console that can go mobile. What I
Yeah.
really think what they should have done is market it as the next mobile device that can pseudo console.
Yes.
Because I
Yeah.
think that, especially in this case, talking about VR of this nature, I really think
Like,
they really came at this the wrong direction. I think it's going to bite them
yeah.
in the ass.
I'm in agreement in the sense that it's a mobile device that happens to play on the TV. And you said this before in other episodes that we've done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just okay, when they talk about VR, if you look at the hardware specs that are known so far, there's a custom NVIDIA Tegra CPU, NVIDIA GPU in the system, and also the system's going to have about 3 hours of gaming on a title such as Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild,
Mm-hmm.
or in other uses up to 6 hours. So if you take those three out of everything else, because it's got stereo speakers, headphone jack, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi,
Mm-hmm.
micro SD card
Mm-hmm.
slot, and so on and so on and so on, if you take just those three things alone, by actually doing something that's VR. Oh, and by the way, might I add, the Joy Cons would be awesome because they would be tracked probably and put into it, or could they be tracked with Bluetooth gyroscopes? Probably with the gyroscopes,
Mm.
but it probably wouldn't be that reliable.
In
Anyways, that's a
space,
side.
yeah, that'd be pretty hard.
Yeah. So when you're looking at the CPU, the Tegra chip that's in there actually makes it a tiny. They say it's a lot more powerful than the Wii U, but a far cry from the CPUs that are inside the PS4 and the Xbox One. Um, Also, when you're undocking the device, if your intention is to put it into a headset, they're saying that when undocked, the GPU works at about 40% of its full potential,
Yeah.
right? When docked, it then, I believe, goes up to 100%. I don't know for certain, but the megahertz go from 307 megahertz on the GPU clock speed to 768 megahertz, which explains why to the TV or in TV mode you get 1080p, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to run VR on that, is that powerful enough to run VR? Plus, if you're running VR, that battery is just going to drain in like half an hour.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I think you're right. I think it's a lot of lip service, to be honest.
Yeah. So these are the things that I kind of see and kind of not they upset me to a degree, but then I get where they're going because I think they just want to kind of be included in the space of VR and hey, we can do this too, and our system is great.
It's an important
Um,
space, so I can see them wanting to.
but the way they said the quote says, if we're able to resolve the issue with playing VR comfortably for long hours, we'll support it in one form or another. So they're not going to commit to actual true VR. And if they decide not to, they're going to say, well, we didn't solve
Hey,
doing it comfortably.
wait. They sound
They gave
about as
themselves a way out
they sound about as committed to VR as most game companies are sounding committed
about
to them for
making games for their
games.
system. Yes. Thank you, Ork. That's why I didn't like that statement. It's like, well, if we can make it work for comfortably long hours, then sure, maybe
Oh,
in some way.
that's an boy.
So, anyways, that's the topic I wanted to bring up. I think they should just shut up about VR with the damn thing. Bring it out as a console or slash mobile console.
Yeah,
Done.
I would just kind of just just kind of move on
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. Speaking of moving on, did want to put in a pound winning for you guys. Pornhub just launched a sex ed portal for its users.
Yes.
If there's ever a place to go to learn about learn about things before you get it on, yeah, you can actually go to the Sexual Wellness Center, and it's actually a sex ed type place where you can learn and be enlightened before you get in bed with somebody. So I want to make a funny joke about this, but the fact of the matter is good on you, Pornhub. You know?
Doing something actually good.
Yeah, if all these little pimple faced geeks actually move on from Rosie Palm to a real girlfriend, now they can just one stop shop to learn everything they need.
Oh man.
All right, real quick, we're gonna burn through the releases. So February 7th, we're gonna have Knights of Azure. This is gonna be an RPG game that you can play. So look forward to that. Also on the 7th.
Yeah, Uncanny Valley for PS4, PS Vita, Xbox One, and on Xbox it's coming out February 10th. Actually, it's an action adventure horror slash puzzle game. Pretty cool.
Nice. And then another very similar looking thing is going to be, I'm going to murder this.
That's all right. Atelier. Oh,
Atelier
God.
Sophie.
Yeah, Sophie.
This is another RPG game. I'll be honest with you. I used to fall into genres like this, and they're always a lot of fun. So I would say definitely check it out.
Also February 7th, Neo, Nioh, Neo for PS4, February 7th in North America and February 8th in EU and UK. It's an action RPG.
There you go. Moving on to February 8th, we're going to have The Wild 8. This is a Steam Early Access for PC. This is an action-adventure RPG simulation.
Yeah, it's very cool. And on February 9th, we have Quarantine, also a Steam Early Access game for PC. RPG simulator strategy. Pretty cool.
Yay! And then finally, we've got Brutal.
Brutal, yeah.
Brutal. I watched the video of this earlier. It seems interesting. It's a violent gore action adventure.
That's what they classify it as, but
yeah, don't let the visuals fool you. When I first saw, I'm like, ooh, Tron. No, it's not.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyways, guys, as always, if you have thoughts, feedback, and so on, please feel free to stop by ballrocketgaming.com/forums, and then go to find the BRG podcast forums, which is forum number 34. And you can check out, give us feedback and thoughts and whatnot. We really haven't been using this as a destination for the podcast notes. I apologize. We're really kind of in limbo how best we're going to go about it. But you can go there to give us feedback if you like. Of course, you can also leave feedback for us in the YouTube comments below if you'd like. So you're welcome to go that way as well. Mr. Kirok.
Yes,
I'm not seeing things spring up on your channel very
No,
much.
not really. I know. I gotta play games and record and post them. I can't wait. I will be just in due time. We made sausages last weekend that went by.
yes, you did.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Come on. Seriously, we made sausages. And I think in a couple of weeks we're going to be making some more sausages. So it's going to be awesome.
Also, I want to find a tweet of you posting your sausage.
I posted it on Twitter. And
I don't see it here.
It's there somewhere. You can show it. It's fine. And
put a little censored across it. Find the picture with censored.
Oh man, what else? I played WoW. I'm leveling up, level 21 Tauren Warrior.
Oh, did you get what, 2 hours?
No, I played about 5 hours nonstop.
Oh my god, you're slow.
Yeah, I was like, I had.
A lot of people hit max level in a weekend. Come on, Kirok, pick up the game, man.
What is going on? Rourke said the exact same thing.
People do it. I'm not kidding you. A long weekend. A long weekend, you can be max level.
Yeah, I got you. I hear you. But that's what I like the game because I love to explore. I love to just.
Yeah, I do too. But
so
I usually try to find new games to explore in.
So I'm actually enjoying it again. I'm liking it. So yeah,
cool.
Happy.
Well, I got no right to bitch at you about games because my game channel has been dead longer than yours, and I still haven't gotten around to playing anything to record. So, sorry again. My renovation is kind of my my top priority. Again, I have a few motovlog videos up, and I'll have a few more going up when I have time to. I've been so busy with renovation here that's still trucking forward. We almost got the back room done. I've got it sheetrocked and mudded. I gotta sand it and then mud it again and sand it and mud it again. And then we'll be moving on to paint. And hopefully I can get this done in time because Cosmic is going to be moving back from Nevada and staying with us. So I want to have it done and painted so we can move into a finished room. So that's all there is to me. Hey guys, Bottle Rocket, bunch of good guys and gals. They've really been stepping up their game. Linz and Dano, our illustrious leaders, have been really stepping it up, trying to get things going in terms of events, in terms of cleaning up the YouTube channel, and so on. And we're really putting the effort in. But I'll be honest with you guys, we can't do it without you. So if you can help us out, there are many different ways to help us out. Of course, you can give us a shout out in your favorite and preferred avenues, be it Facebook, be it Twitter, be it whatever the case may be. Also, you can stop by BRG, sign up, and actually join us and help us out. We're always looking for more good people that can join us and participate, either just as a player that wants to have some fun, or if you have the inkling to actually help us and become a staff member of sorts. We have tons of positions, tons of room, tons of things you can be a part of and make BRGs a little bit more happening than it already is. So if you're interested in that, definitely head on over to brg.com. And of course, the last and most prolific way to help us out here would be on our Patreon page, where you can pitch us a few dollars to help us out. Again, the more money we get through this, the more money we can dole out to our BRGers to help out with games and whatnot for the events we're doing, and anything else we happen to be doing for that. So stay tuned for more about that later. All right, guys. Again, thank you so very much for sitting with us through all this wonderful news, interesting stuff. And Kirok, as always, I appreciate you by my side here to do this.
Not a problem. It's my pleasure.
Always so much fun. And just a quick update, guys, so you know, BRG Podcast 2.0 is still in the work. We're still hot and heavy on it. We've got some of the major art already done for it, and pretty much in its final steps. And we're moving on to getting other pieces of art done, as well as some planning and format. We've actually started to roll out some of the formats in this as kind of a tester. Again, if you guys have feedback and thoughts on it, we do our kind of a speed round of going through the first half with just light, making you knowledgeable of articles. And we burned through almost like 20-something articles this time, as opposed to like 10 in total. So this way we can give you guys more news and what's going on to keep you informed, but then have a few meaty bits and bites that it's kind of replacing our main topic per se, having one main topic. We still may have just one main topic, but there are also some times that we're going to have some interesting news topics. And of course, since we're two individuals, we oftentimes will have at least two individual topics to talk about, because there's something that we find interesting, different from each other. So it does happen. So please give us feedback on this. This helps us kind of form what we're going to be doing for the new podcast, and we really do appreciate it. So thank you. Anyways, guys, I'm going to check out here and go relax and get ready for tomorrow's sanding and getting covered in dust and everything else. Kirok's going to go play with the sausages.
Face masks. Yeah. They're not ready yet.
Viagra.
I know that. Nice. Oh my God. No, it's going to be a couple months.
All right. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much, and have yourselves a wonderful night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.